everybody, and welcome back to Hair Impact Podcast with Cassandra Helios, your host. Today, we're going to talk about the 6 things that you can do to be so much greener in your office, in your workspace, wherever you are. You can make a difference. No matter how small, no matter how big you think you can do, you can always make a difference. And yes, I know maybe you are just the employee and then you don't have so much power to influence, but I'm guessing that you can do some small stuff that you think that are small that can make a huge impact on the planet. And even if you are not the head, the office manager, you can always go and give your own recommendations for changes in your office. Always, maybe your company is welcome to that, or if it's not, again, you are the only power you need to make your own changes in the world. So we're going to talk about a little bit about become green in the office today with these 6 ideas I'm going to give you today. So number 1 always are the office supplies. So easy to make changes there. And if you are a supplier manager, then that will make a huge impact on your office, because then you can keep tabs on what is, who is getting what supplies in your office, and just try to keep tabs in order with the goal to minimize the supplies for every employee. Now, if you are only the employee, then you can actually make the recommendation yourself, or just try to use less supplies as possible. You can try to switch things like reusable pens, which is not really something that we hear a lot in the office, but well, they can make a huge ones instead of just buying pens by the bulk. And number 2 is, of course, stationery. I mean, come on, we use so many paper in the office, so much paper. To minimize, of course, number 1 we can do is go digital. We live already in digital era. So it's actually not so difficult to change things, just to use less paper as much as less as possible. And of course, less printing, because we are using less paper, we are also using less ink, less printing. So that's a really good way to become greener. And maybe try just to become a little bit smarter to, when you send letters, let's say update your mailing list, just don't send letters, by post with, somebody is not receiving at the end, and they come back and then you need to send it somewhere else. Just try to update your mailing list and just change your settings. It's such easy things to do in your printer, your photocopier. You can try to print double-sided paper, or just avoid color printing. Easy tips that we can all do. Or even use smaller font. And at the end of the day, you're going to use less paper and reducing your carbon footprint so much if you are just, calculate all the whole thing you're doing for years and years in your workplace. Now, the third thing you can do is something you can do also in your house. Power savings, of course. Yep. Just try to use less and less power. And of course, number 1 way to do it is just try to shut down your computer when you leave. Just stop using the standby power in your computer. Just shut it down, and we are saving power by the tons by this. And of course, something every company is trying to do is eliminate screensavers. Some monitors now, they have the power after the same amount of time. It's just so easy to just eliminate screensavers in this that with this technology we have today. And of course, number 4 is lighting. Now I know in offices, some offices have got really bad lighting. But if you're lucky to work in a place with a lot of natural light, then you are one of the luckiest ones. And just open your blinds, let the light of the day come in, It will be natural, a light that is gonna help you in your eyes if you're using the laptop all the time. So natural light is really good also for your health. And you're gonna use the light of your office less. So again, you're gonna become greener in your office by using natural light. Or just change bulbs. The fluorescence, compact fluorescence bulb is using less energy. So again, if you're office manager, you can switch to that. Or if you're just an employee, you can actually make a recommendation. I mean, they would love to use less energy. So because you're saving a lot of money at the end of the day. So another idea is actually just office equipment. I mean, solar, the lamps, the office lamps you have in your desk or machines. I mean, just using multi-purpose, not just separate fax and separate printer. I mean, now we have these big machines. They're doing so many different things. And it's much better because one machine can substitute a lot of machines. So we're talking about this different equipment to make the machines. So we're saving energy and less carbon emissions to do them. So just try to use office equipment wisely, or actually make a recommendation to switch. You can try to use ink or toner. There are remanufacturers, reuse in a way. Or even in your air conditioner. I mean, come on, how many offices that is so cold there in the summer, just so cold that you had to take your, something just to put on you because it's so cold, and such a big difference outside that, except that it's not really healthy for you, you can actually try to watch that temperature and reduce energy. Again, become greener. But also it's not really healthy to have the air conditioner on and just too low. Again, become greener just by that, by watching the air condition. So number 6 is actually something we do in the bathroom or the kitchen. I mean, the things that we use there. And usually companies just buy a lot of stuff we don't end up using in the office or the bathroom, or they use too much because they do not understand sustainability and product you can switch to become greener, like paper towels. I mean, we have a lot of it, but now we have reusable. I know with COVID and the whole pandemic is not really ideal to use cloth napkins or towels in the kitchen or in the bathroom. So maybe now we can actually use hand dryers, which is actually safe in the pandemic, and we're eliminate a whole thing of using tons and tons of paper towels. And also maybe we can watch our water consumption in the toilet again. I mean, there are so many ways to just reduce the water in the flush. And nowadays you can switch by toilets that are very smarter and just use less water. Or you can make a recommendation of that. Or even the old toilets, there are ways to reduce the flushing water in a way. So these are 6 actually tips and ideas in general you can use in your office. If you're not an office manager and you don't have a say on it, well, you can do, things that you actually do from these tips or make a recommendation. Most of these tips are actually suggesting in reducing the cost, and I'm sure every single company out there, they want to reduce costs, especially now more than ever. So you can become, a hero, greener hero, introducing the sustainability into your office and be that hero that wants to save Earth and just be a super power, human being that is considered that and make a huge difference in your office and your employees and your colleagues. You can influence them too. So this is the 6 tips that I was explained to you. Thank you for being again with me with another episode of Hair Impact. Just remember, make science your superpower, and I'll see you next time with another episode.